Hi everyone, I'm Donnalouise and welcome to my YouTube channel for the love of puzzles. Today I have a speed puzzling compilation video for you all. I'm practicing to go to the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships in Spain this September, as well as the Australian Nationals in November. So I've been concentrating on 500-piece Ravensburger puzzles because Ravensburger is the main sponsor for both of those events, and for the individual rounds we will be given 500-piece jigsaw puzzles to do. Now what's interesting about these 3 jigsaw puzzles, 2 of them I have nearly identical times, literally 15 seconds apart. And I'd love for you to try to guess which 2 I had nearly identical times on. So the 3 puzzles in questions are this photograph, portrait, called Paradise Beach, and it just says on the side it's by Mauritius-Images. This one is from the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association's 2022 national competition. It's the puzzle they use for the individual round. It might be called San Diego. I don't know if it has an official name, and there's no artist listed on the box. And the third one over here is called The Sweet Shop, and it's Aimee Stewart, and I know many people really enjoy her illustrations. So which 2 of these jigsaw puzzles did I have nearly identical times? Leave your guesses below. Now I know you're probably wondering how I managed to get my hands on this USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association one. I'm actually a member of the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association, and I'll leave a link in the description below to their website. I just wanted to support them. I'm in New Zealand, so I can't take advantage of many of their benefits or their events, but they have a lot going on, so check them out. They allowed members to buy a copy of the jigsaw puzzle. So what I did is I bought it, and I asked them to ship it to Judy from Addicted to Puzzles, as she's in the United States. Judy also did the jigsaw puzzle, and then she shipped it over to me here in New Zealand. So, what's so interesting about this puzzle is when I first looked at it, I thought, I think I'm going to do quite well on this puzzle. I think it's my style of puzzle. I'm hoping to be around the 1-hour mark. I need to stop setting myself up by trying to guess at my time. I don't know, I think that discourages me, but at the time, I'm going to be honest with you, I thought, let's hope for the 1-hour mark. What my approach to this puzzle was, I tried to build, the logo, the writing, I tried to sort a lot of the pieces. I left most of the building pieces in the box, pulled out the orange pieces, pulled out the palm trees, and I really focused on the sun right away. And that may have slowed me down because I did get a bit discouraged because I found it quite tricky. So then I did the sun. I tried to do the transition pieces between the clouds and the skies. I moved on to the orange building, a lot of the palm trees. Then I got stuck into the buildings, and I left like the solid blue area till the end. Now the thing is, the image for me, the colors are very light, very pale. So I tried to improve my lighting, and I tried to get some natural light in. You'll see in the time lapse there's like a lot of shadowing, and that's because of where I was sitting. I don't think my lighting was all the best. I actually found this jigsaw puzzle to be quite tricky. Like after doing it, I was like, ooh, that was a lot harder than I expected. I thought it would be easier, but it was tricky. Now the winner was Yvonne, and she completed the jigsaw puzzle in 54 minutes and 41 seconds. Looking at the jigsaw puzzle, thinking I could do it in an hour, I realized it's a lot trickier than I first anticipated. It was difficult. So my time ended up being 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 13 seconds. If I would have been at the competition, I would have been the 100th entry, and I would have placed 32nd overall. And I'm really pleased with that because I would have been in the top 1/3 of the competitors. I think that's great. This image is not as easy as it first appears. It was difficult. I really enjoyed it though. My one thing is this is a custom My Ravensburger jigsaw puzzle, and there's a lot of real estate left on the box. I wish the image on the box would have been a lot bigger. So it was a bit tricky. It was definitely tricky, but I did well at not holding the box and keeping the box away. I did well at trying to build or sort, but I think I wasted a lot of time trying to fixate on that sun early on. I don't know why I did. I just get stuck, and I need to learn to move on when I get stuck. Now, Judy, she did it faster than me. She did it in 1 hour, 14 minutes and 2 seconds, and that would have placed her about 27th. So she did really, really well, and I really appreciate her sending me the jigsaw puzzle. The next jigsaw puzzle is this photograph right here. I knew this was going to be tricky for me. Not my style of jigsaw puzzle whatsoever. I tried to build the boat, the sand, the transition lines between like the water and sky or that island in the sky first, but I also sorted a bunch of pieces, put all the palm tree pieces to the side, put all the blue sky. I did try to kind of sort the sky in gradient, darker, lighter colors, and the white pieces as well. I'm pleased with how I did. I thought, oh, if I can get it in the hour and 30-minute mark, I'd be really, really happy. Because at the Worlds, we have 90 minutes to complete the jigsaw puzzle. And at this point, I'm just trying to complete it in that allotted time. Now, when I only had sky pieces remaining, I decided to quickly pause my timer, look at it, because I wanted to have an idea of how much longer it'll take me just to do blue sky pieces. So I paused it at 1 hour, 9 minutes, and then I just had sky pieces remaining. Well, the sky, man, it took me 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 48 seconds. So those sky pieces took me another 11 minutes to do. Goodness. It was a tricky puzzle. I'm actually very pleased with my time. I'm glad I got it in under the 90 minutes. But yeah, it was tricky. Anything that has a photograph for me or a lot of sky, but I actually found the beach to not be too difficult, and the water. There was a lot of different variation in textures and colors, mostly just the sky. I did a lot better than I thought, than I expected on the palm trees. But yeah, I'm pleased overall with the time. So these are not the two that I was close in time. This one, 1:17, 1:20. So we just have one remaining, the sweet shop. The sweet shop, will it be close in time with the USA Jigsaw Puzzles Association National Jigsaw Puzzle, or will it be closer with the Paradise Beach? What do you think? So finally I have the sweet shop by Aimee Stewart. Very, very busy illustration, very busy. Now, both of these first two jigsaw puzzles, I did well at not holding the box, had the box propped up away from me. This one, I needed the box close. The image is so detailed, so much going on, I had to look at it. So I ended up having the box very close to me, my left hand focused on holding the box, looking, pointing at things at the box. I concentrated on the colors of the shelves, because they're different, the colors of the wallpaper, the stripes at the back. I also did build the border as I picked it out, because in this instance, the border is very busy. It's easy to determine where the pieces go. Whereas in some other jigsaw puzzles, the border is not so beneficial or easy to do right away. So I basically built as I grabbed pieces out of the box. And if I couldn't figure out where a piece went, I quickly tried to put it in my unknown pile. I had no idea how I was going to do with this jigsaw puzzle. It's just so busy, so much going on, but I really, really enjoyed it. It was probably my favorite of these three because I love a busy image. So my time was 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 33 seconds. These two, the most drastically different puzzles, images sitting on this table, were literally 15 seconds apart. And that makes no sense to me whatsoever. I just don't understand. I think that's where I'm at, and that's how fast I puzzle. I feel like I'm 1 hour, 15 minutes plus or minus 5 minutes. So between 1 hour 10 and 1 hour 20 is kind of where I fall when it comes to a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle, no matter the image. So there you go. I don't know what to do further at this point, except keep practicing different images, different styles. And you know what? If I just manage to get in within the 90-minute allotted time, I'll be very, very pleased with that. And remember, I'm really just doing this for fun. I'm having so much fun practicing, and I can't wait to meet everyone once I get to Spain, as well as to Australia. I did get a piece of advice recently from a comment by Daryl. Now this was interesting because they watched one of my previous speed puzzling videos and they noticed that I'm very much right hand dominant. So they suggested that I do a jigsaw puzzle solely using my left hand. And then try to do a jigsaw puzzle where, say, I have a piece in my right hand, and as I'm putting that piece down, my left hand is grabbing a piece. So once I place this piece, then I switch to my left hand and start placing that piece and pick up another piece in my right hand. Like I have a piece at all times in one or the other hand, and I'm either placing the piece or sorting the piece, putting it in an unknown pile, and then I already have another piece to go in my other hand. So start by just using my left hand and then progress where I can get using both hands. Oh me, oh my. Great suggestion. I think it's gonna be difficult. I think it's gonna be quite tricky, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it actually on the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association's one right here, because I've done the jigsaw puzzle, I'm familiar with it. I mostly want to practice technique as opposed to stressing myself out on time. I will time myself. I'm going to do it once just using my left hand. My right hand will be allowed to hold the box, and that's pretty much about it. But I'm going to try to do the jigsaw puzzle just with my left hand. And then I will try doing it left, right, alternating. I think this is going to be so difficult for me. And I think once I get to doing the left, right, I'm going to end up using my right hand unintentionally, like just putting this one away. What do you think? I really want to thank Daryl for giving me that suggestion. I'm going to try it out. I do wonder if I get to the point where I'm able to use both hands, how much time could I shave off? Like, could I be 10 minutes faster, 5 minutes faster? And when it comes to a speed puzzling competition, every minute, every second counts. So I'm definitely going to try that out, and I'll let you know how I do. I've also been practicing doing pairs with my friend Alison, because in Spain I will be partnering with Jeanette from Jeanette and Her Puzzles, and if we make it to the pairs final, we will be given 2 hours to complete a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. Now, I decided we would start with the most difficult 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle I had in my collection, and it's this one right here. Look at this. It's basically sky, beach, sand. It reminded me a lot of this one that I did on my own here. So this is called Beach Escape, and it just says it's from Getty Images. Now, what was our approach? We sorted the pieces as best as we could, and what I think we did very well is for the sky, as we sorted the pieces, we gradient sorted them. So we just tried to spread them out from dark to light, which was very helpful. So Alison started working on the beach and on the shadow on the beach. I worked on what I like calling my transition pieces. So the transition between beach and water, water and sky. I basically focused on this area right in here. And then we built the palm trees together. At one point, I sorted the pieces by piece shape just to help us out. While she was still kind of doing some of the stand, I actually managed to build up quite a bit of the sky because there was that gradient. But then we ended up just having the main blue part. So we had 2 timers going. One timer to go off at the 2-hour mark because we knew that would be where we would be told to stop. And then another timer that would just compute our entire time puzzling. So at the 2-hour time mark, we were not finished. We paused our main timer, and what we did is we counted the pieces remaining, and we had 122 blue pieces remaining. Now when you think about it, 122 pieces is not a lot, but it took us another 38 minutes and 27 seconds to put in those remaining blue pieces. We did sort by piece cut, piece shape, we had to, and you know, it felt like for a minute or two, no pieces were going in, and then boom, 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 piece after piece was going in. We also sort the border pieces separately, but we only really do the border as we need it. So once she started filling in the beach, she did the bottom, then the side, and then eventually we did the sky only when we got there. Alison doesn't really like so much being on camera, so I haven't filmed these. I just took photographs, but I made a colossal error here, a blunder. We had built kind of each on opposite sides of the table facing up, so I had to rotate my whole section to connect with hers, and I did not pay attention to what I was doing, and I rotated half of it off the table and it fell all over the floor, wasting quite a bit of time. So lesson learned, I definitely won't do that again. But I thought this would be really good because it was such a difficult jigsaw puzzle. I just thought, how well do we work together? How well do we puzzle together? And yeah, we knew I was hoping for under 3 hours. So in that case, I'm really pleased with the time. But no, not within the 2-hour allotted time. I hope they would never give something so difficult in the finals, but you never know. You never know. There you go. Have you done this jigsaw puzzle? Have you done any of these jigsaw puzzles? If so, let me know your times below. But it took us an extra 38 minutes just to do 122 blue sky pieces. Oh, so tricky. So after doing that crazy beach puzzle, we decided to do something completely different. Very, very busy image, not much you can sort. This one is from their My Haven series. It's number 7 called The Beach Hut, and it's from Steve Reed. I really enjoyed this jigsaw puzzle. This was great. How we approached it was a bit complicated at first, but then we found a groove. So basically, we both started just sorting, and Alison was sorting a lot of red pieces, the door pieces, and I was kind of making piles of stuff here and there, dark pieces, and eventually I stopped sorting and I started to build pretty quickly on. We also sorted out the border pieces, and that way Alison kept kind of sorting, and she had her groups and she knew what she was sorting into what piles, and so I just left her sort. And then when she got tired of sorting, she started building. I grabbed the box, I started picking out pieces. And we kind of moved the box back and forth. We built areas. I was perhaps more familiar with this side of the jigsaw puzzle. She was more familiar on that side. We were sitting next to one another on the same side of the table, and I was on that side of the jigsaw. I think it worked really well because then later on when she grabbed the box again and was sorting out more pieces, she kept pieces she wanted and she would toss me pieces. And it was great because she tossed me a piece, and because I'm concentrating on this area of the image, I knew pretty much always where they went. It was so good. I thought we did really well, but I had no idea of how quickly we were doing it because I wasn't looking at the timer. And we decided not to put a 2-hour timer to notify us. We just thought, time ourselves and we'll see how we go. What was funny is when we got close to finishing, we left a lot of the pinkish parts of the cabin for last, and you know, you're trying to figure out what goes well where. We left pretty much all the pieces in the box until we sorted them into piles and built them. I felt we were very tidy and neat in building this jigsaw puzzle. I thought it came together very well. It's my style, like I was really putting pieces down and saw the image all come together. So what I was saying is, what was funny is when we got close to the end, I said, oh, where's the timer? Are you close to the timer to turn it off when we put the last piece in? So she ended up looking at the timer and she looked at me, she goes, yes, it's there, go faster. She just said, go faster. So in my head I thought, oh, we must be close to the 2-hour mark. And really, her saying go faster, for some reason, like I found a new groove and I was just boom, 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 boom. And we finished off this puzzle quite quickly. And I thought, well, why wasn't I going that speed the entire time? Like, why was I not trying to go faster? Her saying go faster triggered me, and I really felt like I picked up the pace. But in the end, I am so super pleased with this time, shocked. It took us 1 hour and 29 minutes. I forget the exact seconds, but it'll appear on the image on the video here. We beat 1 hour and a half. I thought that was great. We were both very pleased with that time. We were both so happy. I just don't even know what to say. We actually did this today, and the funny thing is, remember I mentioned Daryl saying that I don't use my left hand? At one point, no joke, I am standing up, puzzling with my right hand. Ask me where my left hand was. In my back pocket. Why? I don't know. I caught myself, I said, my left hand's in my back pocket. It's not doing anything whatsoever. Oh my goodness. The other thing that was really cool about this jigsaw puzzle was that it came with a little image. So I used the image and Alison used the box. She doesn't refer that much to the box. She's really good. She is referring more to the box. And I had the image around me so I could find where pieces went. But I tried not to be too reliant on it. I tried not to hold it, but it was close. I was able to have it close to me because we had 2 copies of it. The funny thing is, some pieces you pick up and you go, I should know where this goes. Like there's a distinct something on it, a distinct image. And I really tried focus hard to not get distracted, put it in the unknown pile. And what was good, Alison at one point made an unknown pile. I grabbed it from her and I found a bunch of pieces. I made myself an unknown pile and then she went through those pieces and found a bunch of them as well. So that was really good because some of the pieces that went on her side of the puzzle I wasn't familiar with, and as same with me. So I thought we worked really well on this jigsaw puzzle, and compared to our time on this first one, we were so pleased and so excited. Oh goodness, I was just so happy. So what do you think? I think that's a good time. I'm so pleased with that. And I just need to get my left hand into gear, and I have to remember to keep up the pace. But I feel we worked very well together, and I was very pleased with that practice. Now the last puzzle that I did, I don't actually have here because it's Alison's jigsaw puzzle. It's called The Happy Sheep Yarn Shop, and it's from the artist Nathaniel Mortison. Hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. Nice, lovely gentleman. Had a chat with him on Instagram. I'll leave a link to his Instagram below. And I do believe they used his jigsaw puzzle, Beautiful Mushroom, at the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association's competition for their team event. So, and I think there was even like a Q&A. I thought I saw a video online. If I do find it, I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well. And Wendy, myself, and Alison did it. And it's just beautiful. So we decided to sort by color as much as possible. I focused on the buildings. I'm looking up, trying to remember on the grass. Wendy, Alison did a lot of the color pieces. And what was good is Wendy kind of did an initial quick sort. She would pass me her pieces and I would do a more detailed sort of the remaining pieces. So she kind of picked out the obvious pieces and then I was more diligent with the rest of the pieces. Alison at one point said, I'm going to start building. And she started to build and then she said, oh, I'm stuck. And I said, don't forget, not all the pieces are sorted. You may be missing pieces. And she was like, oh, yes, of course. Because she was trying to find a piece that went there. Rather than working with the pieces that she had, she was trying to find the missing piece, but it was still in the box. It hadn't been sorted. That was a lesson we learned when we came to do this jigsaw puzzle. We both said to one another, let's not try to find, you know, the piece that's missing from this hole. Let's work with the pieces we have and find where they go. And eventually we will find the piece that goes in the hole that's right there. So hopefully I explained that logic correctly, but that was really good. Also, Wendy pointed out to me that at one point she said, oh, I'm stuck. And I said to her, do the border. So we kind of pile up the border, and I feel the border is good that if you need a change of pace, a change of scenery, someone says, do the border. And they're like, oh, yeah, perfect. So she jumped on doing the border, and that was really good. So I felt really proud of the way we worked the 3 people together because I'm maybe not the fastest puzzler, but I'm good at redirecting when someone feels stuck or doesn't know what to do next. I have ideas. I just wish my hands would move faster, but I'm very good with my communication. You know, at one point I was like, oh, does anybody have the rainbow pieces? And Alison had a bunch, I had a bunch. So you need to talk to one another while you're puzzling because someone may have a pile of pieces next to them and you don't know where they are. So communicating while puzzling, I feel I'm pretty good at doing, but I hope I'm not over talking though, because that would not be good either. And doing things like, oh, I'm looking for such a piece in case it comes across your way. If it's a very distinct piece, you know. So we were just 3 of us. Wendy's getting better at speed puzzling. And I was so proud of our time. I was so proud of our time. It was 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 35 seconds. Okay, that just knocked my socks off. It makes me wonder that if that would have been a puzzle at a team event, how well we could have done. But then again, sometimes I wonder, a fourth person, is that too many hands? Like too many cooks in the kitchen? I can see 4 people being really good at this one, because someone right away could start and just focus on the sky while the other people do other stuff. But then you get into a busy puzzle like this. At what point is it too many people doing the same puzzle? I don't know. But I was so pleased. We were so happy with our time. I was ecstatic. 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 35 seconds. Wendy did great. Alison is amazing. And I'm just proud to be part of a team and have people who want to speed puzzle with me. I had so much fun. In case you haven't seen it, we've released the results for the second battle of the YouTube puzzlers. You can check out my community tab here on YouTube for them, or on Instagram as well. We had so much fun. In the end, we had 61 entries from 17 different countries. I was pretty proud. New Zealand was very well represented, with Alison taking one of, a really good top spot. I was so pleased. She did awesome. She is so good. And I just had so much fun with everyone. I'm so pleased. Thank you all for joining in. We've already started working on the third battle. Lots of work going into it, and we'll release details when the time comes. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who participated. It means so much to me. So I'll leave a link to the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association below, as well as the Australian Association. If you live in either of those countries, check them out. And you may want to join that because they have lots of benefit for their puzzling members. Also, I'll leave a link to Nathaniel's Instagram below, and I'll try to find that interview that they had at the national event, the Q&A with the Ravensburger artists. That might be of interest. But there you go. I'm kind of pleased. I'm all over the board. I don't even know, but I'm having fun. I'm having fun, and I will try to do this puzzle just with my left hand, and that'll be in my next speed puzzling compilation video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. For the love of puzzles, I hope you enjoy my videos. Please consider subscribing, and until next time, ciao!